Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm really excited to be doing a collab with 5 other amazing women. The first one is Canada Kim 1978. She's the one that kind of initiated the collaboration. So thank you so much, Kim. Then we have Emmy's World of Fragrance, Paola Bianca, The Perfume Realm, and From Abby with Love. Now, these are 5 amazing women that have tons of fantastic fragrance content for you. So I'll leave their channels linked in the description. Please go check them out and tell them that I sent you. Yeah. So the theme of this collaboration is 4 scents that represent the seasons from where you live. So I live in Canada, kind of northern Canada, so it's pretty darn cold here. And we definitely have 4 distinct seasons, so I'm excited to share those with you. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Weird and Wonderful family. I would love to have you join. And yeah, I would also like to know what 4 fragrances best represent where you're from. I would love to hear that. So please leave those in the comments. And without further ado, let's get started. So being we're in winter right now, I thought I would share my winter pick. Now, as you can see, I've got the fire going on back there. Maybe you can't see, but it's just going. But it's not a wood burning fireplace. And when I was growing up, we had this amazing wood burning fireplace. We put logs on every night, or not every night. That's a major exaggeration because it was a real pain in the arse. But when we did, I loved it. I loved the smell of the wood. I loved the crackling of a fire. And to me, having a fire is one of the most cozy things that a person can have. So whether it's indoors or outdoors, I love that. Now, our Canadian winters, especially here in Edmonton, can get very cold. We've had a cold spell here for the past 2 weeks, and it is freezing. Like, my car didn't start yesterday morning because it was too cold and it was just frozen up. So, yeah, it can get pretty darn cold. So I wanted to pick a scent that represented something super cozy, warm, inviting, because really I'm spending most of my time indoors right now. So that fragrance is Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. Now this is a stunning fragrance. I love it. It's so warm. It's quite alluring. This fragrance is so cozy. Like it smells, it doesn't sound like it would be great. And some people, I think, find that it smells too much like a home fragrance. I love it on myself. So to open with, it smells like a wood burning fire. So it's got gaiac wood and chestnut in there, so it smells really warm. It smells totally like a fire that's burning, but it doesn't smell like smoke. It smells just warm and rich, like you're at a fire and you can smell that wood as it burns, and the crackling. It just totally evokes that feel. But then as it dries down, that kind of takes a back seat. You can still smell that burning fire, but then you get this kind of vanillic marshmallow that comes to the forefront. And to me, it reminds me, I've said this a million times, but it reminds me of you've cooked a marshmallow on the fire, and then it's just golden brown, and then all of a sudden it kind of catches fire and you go like this, blowing it out, and then you shove that thing in your mouth, and just kind of the little bit of like smoke and the marshmallow and everything in your mouth is what this smells like. So super cozy. It's one that's great for cuddling up, and I find that this one lasts really long on me. So I love this one, and it is perfect for our cold winters. Now in the spring, you know, like I wish that our spring came in March. Like so many places, spring comes in March, and it's, I'm so jealous because like last year we didn't get blossoms on our tree till the mid of June, which is to me horrific. Sometimes it comes earlier, but basically when I think of spring, I think of my trees in my backyard that just get full of blossoms. So, you know, I've got I've got 1 fig tree and 3 apple trees in my backyard. But then all over the city, there's beautiful trees that are blossoming with like cherry blossoms and apple blossoms, all of that. And so when I think of spring, I think of that smell. When I walk by the trees, you get this definite blossomy type smell. So I have chosen Elie Saab Le Parfum for my spring scent. Now this one, I just love this. Now this is orange blossom, but it's that same kind of delicate white flower that I smell with the apple blossoms and everything around. And it totally reminds me of spring. This is super duper floral. But this also has cedarwood and honey in the base. So although it's super floral, as it dries down, you get this bit of woods, a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweetness. And yeah, so this totally, for whatever reason, reminds me of outdoors in the springtime. Now this scent is very classy. It's to me a great work scent or a daytime scent. It's just really pretty, but it's classy, timeless. Though recently I was talking to my friend and she figured this was a little bit grandma-y. So I can see that because it's so floral, but I think this is beautiful and it's my pick for spring. Okay, so next is summer. Now in Canada, summer is very short-lived. Unfortunately, our summer, if we're lucky, we get 3 months, but 9 times out of 10, it's basically July and August that we have warm weather. And, you know, in Canada, like, I just don't think, like, when I think of something that would be indicative of here, unfortunately, beachy scents just don't do it, because in Alberta, other than the freezing cold mountain lakes, we really don't have any nice lakes. BC has beautiful lakes. They're really close by, so we usually hit there. But like our lakes are more like sloughs. So I don't think beachy, you know, I want to gravitate towards Eau de Soleil Blanc or Guerlain's Terracotta, different fragrances like that. But really, they don't represent my summer. So when I thought of summer here, what I think of is the beautiful big blue skies. So, you know, oftentimes, whether it's winter, spring, summer, fall, we have these beautiful blue skies in Alberta. And they actually call this province Big Sky Country. And so when I think of summer, I think of sun, I think of warmth. And so the scent that came to mind was Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. And the reason being is this opens with such a beautiful warm citrus, and it smells to me like warm air. It smells like, so the opening is bergamot and orange. And so you get this burst of juicy fruit, but it doesn't smell like sharp or tart. So it doesn't smell like lemon or anything like that. It smells like a warm, juicy, ripe orange is what I get from this. As it starts to dry down, you get rose, jasmine, mimosa, and ylang-ylang. So you get a little bit of that tropical floral in there. But it's not overpowering. It's just this beautiful, warm floral that you get with this. And it's sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet at all. It's just the perfect, to me, the perfect amount of sweetness. And then as you dry down, you get patchouli, musk, vanilla, vetiver, and tonka bean. So this comes across, you know, you get that orange mandarin sweetness, but with those florals. It just smells like sunshine to me. It just smells like what it smells like outside in the summer. So I just love it. And then as it dries down, you get that bit of vetiver, some sweetness from the vanilla and the tonka and the oak moss. I just noticed just a tiny hint of spice. So to me, it feels like our Canadian summers, where you have the woods and like the beautiful forests and the, you know, I think mountain air. And well, this doesn't smell like mountain air. This just smells like warm sunshine. It smells like vitamin D to me. I just love it. I can't get enough of this one. Now this one as well is a beautifully classy fragrance. The bottle kind of says it all. Well, oh, this bottle too, right? Like, they're totally classy. They give you a vibe of bougie rich woman, and I love this. To me, this is a great all year round fragrance, although because I got this last year kind of heading into spring, I haven't worn it a lot in the winter, and I reserve it for spring and summers primarily, but I smell it almost every day because I love it that much. Now, the last fragrance that I want to share for you is the one that reminds me of fall, and that one is Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose. So this one, first of all, can we just talk about this bottle? Like, I love this bottle. Like, it looks like a cigarette case or maybe a Mickey of some sort of booze, but I love it. It's substantial, it's beautiful, and as you can see, I think you can see there, you can see kind of where the juice is at, so it's kind of translucent, but I just think this is beautiful, and the color to me speaks of fall. Now, the fragrance inside is really simple. It's rose, geranium, and vetiver. And so again, I do love vetiver. It just adds a beautiful spice to a fragrance and kind of grounds it. So it's not overpoweringly spicy, nor is it overpoweringly woody, but it just gives some depth to a fragrance. This is primarily rose is what you smell. And it's not a fresh dewy rose. It smells more like a red rose that's been picked. Maybe even it started to wilt a little bit. But also, I don't know if it's the geranium and the vetiver that's combined with it, but to me it smells like wine. So I get this kind of rosy, deep, delicious wine smell. Ugh, I just love it. It's quite sweet, but it's not cloying at all. And to me, it gives me this vibe, like whenever I smell this, it just makes me feel warm inside for some reason, and wistful. And I think in autumn, I get this wistful feel. I love putting on like a kind of a coat. Before I was married, I'd wear this long trench coat with these weird boots or Doc Martens or something bizarro like that. And I loved trudging around. Like, there was a lake that was nearby our place, and so I'd go walk around there, and I loved listening to the leaves crunch under my feet. It'd be kind of cozy, and it would be windy and slightly desolate with all the leaves on the ground. You're hearing the crunch, maybe a bit of stillness at times. And so this just kind of gives me that vibe somehow. It just smells, it smells wistful, if that could be a smell. It actually smells like wine and roses, but yeah, it gives me this wistful feeling inside. So for me, this one is perfect for autumn, and I just love it. So those are my 4 fragrances for the 4 Canadian seasons. Tell me what your fragrances are like. Like, we have such distinct seasons, but I kind of am a little bit jealous of places like Miami or Florida or California where they have warm for a lot longer. So I'm really curious as to what someone from a warmer area or different nation of the world, what they would find would kind of represent their seasons. So feel free to leave that in the comments, and please go check out the other beautiful women I mentioned. Their channels will be linked down below. Go and check them out, send them some love, tell them I sent you, whatever, but go check them out, subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. And that's it. So have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.